All right.
Hello.
So, uh, we're doing a silly thing. Uh,
Oh, you're live. You could have
hold
told me
on, I
that
can't hear.
beforehand. Okay. We should have tested that beforehand.
Yeah,
And
hopefully stopped working.
oh, something stopped working. What stopped working?
I thought I already knew that. Oh,
What do you mean? Oh, I thought you meant something stopped working right this moment, like 5 seconds ago,
okay.
and not earlier. I didn't. Okay.
Okay, I'm hearing both the stream, which is
And
delayed.
me.
You
I mean,
turn
of
that
course,
off.
it's delayed, right?
Yeah,
You can't you just mute your own stream?
yeah. I didn't know what was playing my stream.
Oh. But I really like that you started the stream and suddenly started talking, and I was supposed to know that you were talking to this anyone watching in the future.
No,
That
I was going to start. Then I was going to introduce you. I was doing
ah, you still could have told me that you were gonna start.
well. All right.
That was surprising. I was in
I
the middle of dozing off because it took so long.
I think the oil levels are fine.
All right then.
So any living soul in chat that
I
complain
don't.
about it, then
I don't think there is anyone.
killed them all.
There was nobody here in the first place. I don't know if you've realized that.
Look, I was trying to hide the murder, okay? So I I just wanted to say that I like doing reactions and just in general, but I've started doing them with Rayman here for a while now. Just haven't known about it.
Oh yeah, I mean we watched videos together.
Yeah, it's not like we do it like every other day or something.
No, not. But it's not like when you said I like doing reactions. I've been doing it for a while. It totally sounds like you've been doing them on YouTube
No,
or something.
I just like talking at a screen. That's
Yeah, that wasn't perfectly clear. I'm just
okay.
pointing that out because like if I was watching this and not part of this, I would have totally got the wrong idea.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, yeah. And I can yeah. I'm not. I'm just gonna. Do we're gonna watch a video now, right? We don't need too long introduction.
Yeah, yeah.
And
This is where the people start to like if
this
they
is where the
watch
people
this.
this is where the people start to leave if they're watching.
Wow.
Because it took so long.
All
Goddamn.
right.
No, no, I'm half kidding.
Tom Scott's got a video about YouTube copyright system. He's gonna judge us or something.
Yeah. He's basically going to say that what we're doing right now, a reaction video, is illegal, so we're breaking the law right now.
All right. Time to do crime. It's not like I don't do crime anyway by emulating Puyo Chronicle. Not.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
You should totally import the original and translate it yourself with Google Translate.
Google Translate. Oh, Precise Museum did a wonderful job. I'm not of translating incredibly wrong.
Oh, okay. By the way, have you checked whether the audio level of the video is fine?
Uh, no.
I knew you didn't do that because I didn't see it starting yet. So you must have not checked
I
that.
didn't play the video because it'll blow out everyone's eardrums.
Yeah, I mean, you should have done that before starting the stream again. And I was going to point it out to you if you had told me that
Oh,
you were going to
yeah, yeah,
start,
how am I supposed
but
to
you
test
didn't.
it?
Start the video for a few seconds and then,
I guess I gotta record it? Okay.
now if it's about as loud as my voice, then it's probably going to be fine, right?
Yeah, but I didn't know how loud your voice was before I'd start.
Okay, fine.
Whatever.
Yeah.
We do it. 3, 2, 1.
I'm not saying that's how it should be. I'm saying that's how it is.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing to say about.
Oh my god.
Oh, right, okay.
I tried to pause and clicked on the thing below it and it changed
Whoops.
the video. Oh, it's fine.
See, you're
So
an amateur.
this has never happened to me. No other time we did this. But the moment you stream, I'm sabotaging your stream.
I'm not saying that's how it should be.
But anyway, saying it's not how it should be, but that's how it is, which I think is a good thing to say when it comes to copyright, because what I know about it is the ploy to get companies to rip people off of their art and work.
Yeah. I mean, not only that.
I mean, I know, but
No, it's okay. I should point out I have seen this video before to pick it out, but that was a few months ago, so I don't remember the details. I just I thought I should say that maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saying that's how it is. So, how do we fix it?
Glitching.
What's up, world? It's your boy Tom. Oh,
what?
come on.
What the heck?
He's doing a reaction video. It's fine.
Are you okay? All right. I was slow on that one.
You know, this is why I picked out this video to do first.
Yeah. I'm not that crazy. I do long introductions, but I don't go like, "Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, Red Cherry Goggles, for another hype reaction."
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't do this with you if you were to do that.
I just do it even if nobody's watching. That's how all reactors are.
Okay, bye. You can do this alone.
Yeah, I come to my friend's house, and then he comes. I say, "Hey, you want to watch this video?" It's like, "Oh, hey, what's up, Mister whoever my name is?" Like, okay, I'm going to do a sick reaction to it. And I'm like, "Okay, you stop. I'll leave."
As you can tell, this will totally be inspired by every frame it pauses, however your podcast is named, by how much you're talking.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I did get inspiration to do this for us.
Well, I knew it.
This video is sponsored by CuriosityStream and by this, my new Nebula streaming series that you can watch for free when you join. More on that later.
Sell out. What's up, world? It's your boy Tom Reacts. Let's see what this prat has to say.
A few disclaimers.
This is such yourself. Wait.
It's meta, okay?
It's more meta than actual. It seemed weird just for a reaction. It's like, hey, look at this idiot who makes this video that I'm profiting off of. Let's watch it.
Yeah. At least you're not monetizing this, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm not.
See? Before we start,
while
this video has been proofed and fact-checked by a team of legal experts, I am not a lawyer, and this is not a substitute for legal advice.
Yeah, I can tell that, mate.
I'm also talking a lot about YouTube and Google, companies that I benefit from enormously. Google even sponsored an entire series on this channel last year.
Chill.
What?
It's a good video, I promise. Let's
chill.
Yeah.
I did a sponsor watch. Oh, you fucking show you saw out.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
That's something I don't really like.
You don't like when people are called shits being shits?
What do you mean being show? There's a difference between I was sponsored by something and being a fucking shit.
Yeah, you're only shit if you advertise something like, "Hey, you can buy loot boxes here. What don't wanna lose?"
Yeah, Raid Shadow Legend. I think.
Yeah, there are some things you shouldn't be sponsored by.
Yes.
Friends with a few YouTube employees.
Of course you are.
So while all the words here are my own, YouTube don't even...
I like how he's reacting to the guy in the corner.
No, I'm making this. You should know that if you're one of the outliers who's been screwed over by YouTube's copyright system, yeah, you will probably have a different view of parts of this. Although I hope you'll still agree with my conclusion. With all that said, enjoy the show.
Get on with it.
Not you.
I find it I find it completely hilarious that Tom Scott's fake reactor is better than a lot of reactors out there.
Yeah, because he actually said something in the first minute of the video, which is already better than 90% of
Yeah,
reactors.
I'm like, wow.
So,
like that. That's kind of just shows how bad this is.
yeah, how that's why reaction videos have a big reason why reaction videos have such a bad image, because people aren't actually reacting to it. They
Yeah,
just stand there with the video repeated and then profit of it.
yeah.
Because
It's basically the
yeah,
tactic. Like they're inadvertently doing the tactic that a lot of pirators do when it comes to like movies and stuff like that, because they'll like put the video at like 4:3 on like a 16:9 screen that prevents YouTube from finding it because like half the screen is black or something like that. So if
yeah.
half the screen is your stupid fucking face, then yeah, you won't get copyright.
Ah, God damn. Some people really overdo it with a face cam.
Yeah, but I don't do it.
I'm sure
Also,
that's the only reason why.
yeah,
Um,
that's one reason. How many?
okay. Yeah, this is fine.
The mess we're
The
in.
mystery.
I realise saying YouTube's copyright system isn't broken is a controversial claim to make, when every week there seems to be a new headline about how a YouTube creator is being screwed over by false copyright claims or mistaken identity or deliberate copyright abuse. I'm not saying that the system is perfect. It's far from perfect, and I'll talk about that too.
The system is honestly better than a lot of people give it credit for. It has gotten better. It used to be really trash, but it has gotten a little bit better.
I mean, I guess so. Oh God.
But
Got this.
I wonder if it's,
uh,
I heard
I have no idea. I have no idea. Now you're not going to hear it anymore because I muted it.
it. All right, but
Um,
for YouTube, I think a lot getting to the point now where it's just okay. So it's basically corporations controlling the whole thing. Much
oh, like
about
the
the
rest of
copyright
the
system.
like the rest of the world. That's
Oh,
nice.
well, yes.
Yeah. We shouldn't say too much about how the copyright system is, or we might just say what he's going to say.
I don't know who he's going to.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying we shouldn't. Let's make at least one point first, maybe.
Okay, yeah.
But I don't think it's fundamentally broken. In May 2019, a YouTube Minecraft player called Ollie had hundreds of his videos claimed by music label Warner Chappell using YouTube's Content ID system. His post about it made a lot of people righteously angry.
Hopefully, is systematically copyright claiming any video I have ever made, despite me owning the rights to all music I use in them. Please tell me I don't have to manually dispute all 1,800 claims. Please retweet YouTube systems broken.
Yeah, that's what he's saying, but it's not the full story, as we're going to see in a moment.
Yeah. I mean, if you just go based off of it, I feel like this will rile up people, but at the same time, there's not enough information for me to say like what music did he use, like what like I wish this was a video instead of a tweet because a lot of people, where they have copyright issues, they make a video because they could show you what they didn't do right.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I could say about this now is what Tom Scott's about to say, what the whole story is. So,
All right.
yeah.
He got permission to use a track from an independent composer as his intro music, and now a big corporation was claiming every video and taking all his revenue. Popular websites went so far as to claim that Ollie was the victim of outright theft, since 25% of his revenues were directed to Warner Chappell. But the follow-up wasn't seen by nearly as many people. Those claims were entirely legitimate. Yes, Ollie got permission to use that music from its composer, but that composer had sampled another piece of music that was owned by Warner Chappell.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a thing of someone taking something they don't own and selling that to someone else, and then that someone else got in trouble for it because they bought or got licensed music from the person who didn't even own the thing they were selling, basically.
Yeah. This is really unfortunate. I didn't check.
He didn't. It's a Sam. It's not like the guy who he got the info from
Yeah, you didn't
outright
take
stole
the
the
entire
song.
music, but
You got a sample.
Mhm.
Like the song uses a sample that has been picked up by Warner Brothers, like the tweet is saying there.
I'm just wondering how
Um,
much he coordinated with this guy, because it's like he makes some music and he's like, yeah, and then he does whatever, and it's like, okay, that's cool.
Well, we don't know. So,
Lesson to learn here, I guess.
I mean, when you're gonna buy something from an independent composer, it's kind of difficult to know whether they sampled something illegally or not. There's not easy way to just, hey, is this song copyrighted, yes or no, and then you just get the answer.
No, I was
I
just
don't
wondering
think.
how they made the song. what
I
did
mean,
you do?
use the sample that they shouldn't have, I guess.
Look, I'm nosy, okay? This is, I think this is a me thing.
Yeah.
Update, things are a bit muddy. I do have written permission from the artist to use the claimed song. However, the song uses a sample that has been picked up by Warner's Content ID bot, so I'm being claimed for a sample, not the song. I'm still hoping to solve this.
Yeah. So that's why at first he was blaming YouTube, and in reality he should have blamed the person he got his music from.
Yeah.
Without a license. So the permission that Ollie got was entirely useless. Warner Chappell was right, and Ollie was wrong. So here's how that should have worked in the world that current copyright law was designed for. First, everyone involved would have been part of a large company with a legal team. Lawyers from the music label would have contacted the lawyers for the video company, and they would have said, what's going on? You didn't license that. And the video company lawyers would have gone,
oh, I'm sorry, I had no idea. We bought that license in good faith from a third party. We should both talk to them.
at which point the third company's lawyers would get a very worrying phone call.
Oh god.
Yeah, they would be the one who would be in the thick of it in an ideal world.
Yeah, but
But it's YouTube and not the legal team. So nope.
Because how people, I think even companies even perceive this way with YouTube is like, if you don't really disclose it or anything like that, even if you do disclose it, they'll probably just think that you made everything in the video because it's your video.
Yeah. I mean, you're supposed to. At least if you want to monetize it.
Basically, they think. Basically, most of the time, they think that the YouTuber and the independent music person are the same, are like close enough to each other that they could just take the whole thing down. Well,
Yeah, but that's often not the case.
yeah, but you gotta be careful with some of these music people.
You're right. Also, I just want to point out about the video how it must have felt to be that guy who was screaming. He was like, "Hey, can you make a part of the video for me? Can you look in the camera and scream?" That must have been a real funny.
I think he was watching like these two portions in the video, and then I'm trying to get to actually and then try to do a bad stream.
Yeah.
And all the mess would almost certainly have
Why
been...
did you hang up?
That's how everyone hangs up in a movie. You never say bye. That's how it works.
No, but you haven't resolved the issue.
It was an example, okay?
Oh, right,
Did you really want them to start talking lawyer-niece?
No, lawyer niece. You know, I'm a pretty proud speaker of lawyer niece myself.
Yeah. I'm not, so let's keep going.
Lawyer jargon.
It is.
settled out of court, maybe by backroom dealings, maybe by teams of lawyers sending formal letters to each other. That was the world that copyright law was designed for, because individuals couldn't make things that were viewed by millions without corporate support. You needed a publisher or a broadcaster or a huge production company, and those companies had lawyers. The world has moved on, and copyright law hasn't. And the result is that when something like this happens in the world of relatively tiny independent online creators, we have to work around what the law is meant to do.
That's mainly in part why the law hasn't really changed. When it comes to like YouTubers and them getting screwed over by copyright, it's usually
average.
It's
No,
usually,
you say.
it's usually in the favor of corporation like by fuck. So it's like, hey, the system works in our favor a lot. Well, we just keep the system then. Not gonna change.
Yeah, it's that, and the average person who makes laws probably around 70 years old. So
Yeah, that's true too.
they will be like, well, what is this new thing? We don't care.
Yeah,
I can imagine at least that's kind of why there's no effort really being made to be like more fair to YouTubers.
yeah, and they usually get their information from, the corporations themselves. So if they actually want to figure out what's going on, they'll be like, "Hey, what's this YouTube thing?" And then the corporation's like, "Oh, is this guy that's stealing our content?"
So, yeah.
Yeah, can you take my money so you can keep the copyright laws the same thing?
Yeah. I mean, that's just everything. I don't think we should get into that too much.
So, trying to explain
Yeah,
the way
no.
things are.
Music.
Copyright.
I don't think it's just going to say copyright and then end there.
No, I was saying I'm getting copyright for him playing the piano on my stream.
I mean, maybe.
That's how ruthless it is, though.
I guess just you delete the VOD, don't upload it, and there will be no evidence.
Some portions of this video have been muted for audio that's not yours.
Ah,
I wonder why.
let's yell over it.
Yelling won't just a void of Twitch police.
No, but then they can't even pick it up if we are that much louder.
Oh, I see what you
Has two main copyrights.
mean. Yeah, scream like that guy in the phone call.
Didn't mean to, but I did.
No.
First, there's the copyright on the composition itself, all the parts of a work that can be written down. So, lyrics, notes. And then second, there's a copyright on each individual recorded performance. So I can sit here and I can play Pachelbel's Canon in D without having to pay any licensing fees, because Pachelbel died in 1706 and his work is now in the public domain, in the pool of works where the...
Huh?
See, no worries. It's 1706.
People like to make their own version, claim that, oh, you're using their own version. Help with them. That's what Disney did.
That's what he just said. That there's a copyright on the thing itself, and then there's copyright on every individual version of it, which is separate.
Yeah. But sometimes Disney can get a little roof. Like, well, you're not using the domain, you're copying off for us or something.
Disney will Disney.
Yes.
And also that's just how it is.
Copyright has expired. His music is now free for anyone to use without payment and without credit, which is brilliant. But if I'm not playing it, I'm actually using a modern recording of it, then it doesn't matter that the composition is in the public domain. Someone has added their own hard work playing it, along with the work of a production team making it sound good, and that recording is under a separate copyright that needs licensing to use in a video like this.
Yeah. But...
Oh, so you can get copyrighted afterward because it wasn't the original. Too bad.
Oh, he's playing it. I'll say that in court. I thought he was playing it. It looked like it.
I don't think this is going to go to court, but sure.
No, it's just a funny theoretical.
Yeah.
Songwriter after songwriter after songwriter has used Pachelbel's Canon in D to the extent that it's now a cliche, and no one's had to pay Pachelbel or his family a penny in centuries. But that doesn't mean any of the modern songs based on it are in the public domain. There is new work there, and I can't use those modern songs in this video to demonstrate that unless I'm actually criticizing them. On that point, Maroon 5's Memories is an infuriating composition that uses the start of the melody of Canon in D but never resolves it, which means that it has...
See, this is what we need to be doing the entire time.
We are doing.
Not enough.
Hey, Tom Sauce sucks. That's my criticism.
Damn.
No.
It's not so bad. I guess we shouldn't keep watching.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, okay, we're getting to public domain, not my public domain, fair use stuff now when it comes to like criticism.
Yeah, that's where we're going here.
Yeah, it's like it's flashing on the screen. It's like, please don't sue me. I don't want. Please don't take down my video.
I'm doing it correctly. Look.
Yeah. I have to point it out to you just because people are so incompetent at their jobs.
Yeah.
It's the same stuck-in-your-head effect as the jingle from Alfred Bester's The Demolished Man, and I hate it. Coolio, See You When You Get There was a lukewarm lead single from a third album that obviously did far better with a naive world audience than it ever did with its actual target market. There's a reason it went platinum in New Zealand. And The Farms Altogether Now is actually a pretty good song, despite the incongruity between its subject matter and its style, but it's been completely destroyed by...
I wonder why you had to blur out the album photo.
He's about to explain that too, I think.
repetitive and unnecessary cover versions and football chants. Criticism and review, there we go. That is the sort of thing that's considered fair use under US law and fair dealing under the much more strict UK law. But I had to censor the album art of those songs because I wasn't criticising and reviewing the art, and the art is covered under separate copyright.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
So you aren't allowed to just show the cover photo of an album unless you're criticizing the art of the album cover itself.
That's how the law works.
Yeah.
I'm just
Extremely
thinking
picky.
of, because I haven't seen this video, but I've seen like other videos following on copyright referencing Lemon. Basically saying like, well, it hasn't updated to deal with like mass free posting of like pictures and stuff like that. So technically, you're breaking the law by posting strict. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, bad. Sue me, I don't care.
I think you would care if they actually sent you a lawsuit.
I mean, what they even filed the books was just like, I'm not going to hold this case because it's the image of Shrek.
Well, yeah, you're right, but still, copyright is a thing, and I should know all about it. Considering, I'm just going to point out that I have a YouTube channel where I upload video game music. So
Oh yeah, you do.
I do, and maybe someone who watches this will actually know about that if that's the case. Like if you upload it or something. Thumbs up for you, person.
Yeah.
I'm the Super Rayman001 guy who keeps uploading Nintendo music and indie music. And weirdly enough, I barely get copyright struck
Yeah, it's
at
like
all.
it's like a couple of one. Gilbert Center was.
Yeah, he was. But I mean, even the stuff where it doesn't get taken down, but I get
You get
copyright struck in
coined,
the
yes.
sense of claimed that they make money off it. Even that doesn't happen that much. Like right now, if I go to my video edit list, upload stuff, and look for everything that was claimed, I don't even have a full page. And I have like 2,000 videos uploaded, and not even 20 of those are struck like that.
Wow.
And it's weird because people are posting gameplay get struck, but I'm literally uploading the music in an extended form. Sure, don't it's kind of strange.
I was wondering because it gets kind of complicated when you deal with international law. So I'm wondering if like some of these people getting struck down by like Americans or
Well, the few I got struck down by American or Japanese stuff before. That doesn't have anything to do with it, I think.
I think it can complicate things.
Maybe, but it's still weird to me that like I expected that to be way worse. After a while, at least when it got a bit bigger, but it just kind of didn't. So,
Sure. But
I also need to point out I'm not monetizing my stuff either, so that has probably something to do with it too.
I don't know any.
Maybe.
I don't know any of these do.
Yeah, probably not, but I'm like right now there aren't that many music extension channels that are bigger than me anymore because all of them got taken down that were bigger. So
We're next.
oh no. That would suck, but it's right now it's literally almost empty. So yeah.
In 2009, Andy Bio, then one of the directors of Kickstarter, released an 8-bit chiptune version of the best-selling jazz album of all time, Miles Davis' Kind of Blue. He got a license from the music publisher. He called it kind of bloop. It was all above board. But he settled out of court for more than $30,000 with Jay Maisel, the photographer who took the iconic photograph on the original album cover. Kind of Bloop's album art was a pixelated version of that album cover. Bio thought it was fair use. Maisel said it wasn't. And
Wow.
Yep.
Like even changing it, because I've seen people arguments about someone
Yeah,
painting
making a parody,
camel suit.
making a parody of something is not automatically fair use if it's too close to the original, like that was.
That's very strange.
People don't know that. People think it's fair use and say it's fair use, but it's not.
Well, yeah, I guess the parody means you have to use your own work to parody it and not just take the work, just take the work yourself and then.
I mean, what he's saying here, what Tom Scott's saying, is it's only fair use if you're criticizing and transforming it, like constantly. And if you're not doing that, it's not fair use. So yeah, it's way stricter than people say. It's just that it happens so often. How will you go after every single one? You kind of can't.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't even want to deal with the Shrek things. Why do I want to deal with some Shrek image?
I mean, they could ask money from you, but yeah.
Maisel had lawyers. To quote Bio, the fact that I settled is not an admission of guilt. This was the least expensive option available. Because copyright lawyers and copyright lawsuits are very, very expensive. Expensive enough that isn't the album cover. That is a stock photo that looks kind of like the album cover because I am taking no risks.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was pretty clear that this wouldn't be the real album cover because there's no way Tom Scott would put it there when he blurred the others.
This is how they want the world to be.
I guess so.
Because I've seen a lot of people just put on art and stuff like that. And I care because it's like, I mean, even if they just like use it for a little bit, sometimes they like even touch on a little bit, have a little bit of commentary on it. But I guess it's not critical enough.
Nope.
I'm scared.
I knew this was a great video to use for the first time to really scare you off with it.
Yeah, they never do reaction videos. No, people
Not
do
relate,
on Twitch all
nobody's
the time.
watching.
Yeah. Fine.
They do it on Twitch all the time because no one can check if what's gone, I
Yeah.
guess. But if you're uploading it on YouTube, it's a whole other story. Oh, okay, fine.
Me.
No.
I don't know if that pixel art was fair use. If someone took your greatest work, ran it through a pixelation filter, and then sold it, I don't think it's entirely unreasonable to think you've been ripped off. The line of fair use is very fuzzy, and both sides can have very strong and conflicting arguments. That's the job of the courts to solve, if both sides can afford it.
Honestly,
And there wasn't even
Yeah, that's the biggest bullshit part of this, probably, that people just can't afford it.
yeah, can't afford it. But I honestly think that pixelating the art because I think it's related to the music itself. I think there's like a reason why it's like that. It's not just selling it to you because it's pixelated version of the art. It's like, well, you're not getting the same experience of looking at the art as if you look at the pixelated art.
Yeah, no, but they also said that it was just less expensive to sell it out of court instead of arguing that it was fair use. It
Yeah.
might have been fair use, but they didn't have lawyers, so nah.
They have lawyers, so I guess I'll just pay $30,000.
Yeah.
It's
Because
unfortunate.
how dare you do something that has been done on the internet before? No one ever does that.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, that's not critical enough.
And he doesn't. Because fuck you, that's why.
When I said the joke about saying Tom Scott is my criticism, I feel like a lot of people don't really take into positive criticism into account or like neutral criticism.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
what do you mean criticism? You mean, it has to be, you're shitting on it. You have to be parroting it, making fun of it.
Yeah. For some reason, criticism always has this implication that it's bad.
Yeah, there's
Like,
negative connotations to it.
Yeah. Like, if it's positive, it's feedback and not criticism.
Yeah, that's weird.
I mean, to criticize, it's kind of it always had that implication to me. It's just how it is, I guess.
I think it's just due to people who can't take criticism, saying that the problem is the criticism, not the part.
Yeah. You can't have feel good stories on the internet. That's not how the world works.
There's good stories anywhere. I think this is a human thing.
You shit on others.
All the complain about criticism.
Yeah, to shit on others.
Oh, I didn't get that.
Okay.
Music video involved there. That is a whole separate problem. There is something called a compulsory license for selling and performing just music. But if you want to publish a video to go with someone else's song, even if it's just a video of you performing it on a ukulele in your bedroom, that requires a separate synchronization license. And the copyright holder has an absolute right to say no to that. YouTube has always had a lot of people uploading cover songs, singing and performing the music that they love, and hoping they'll get noticed by talent scouts, not by lawyers. A lot of modern pop singers got their start on YouTube, but the legal
Baby. No, okay.
Yeah, that's a weird thing because like Usher just got picked up just whatever reason. That was before Baby. I think
Before who?
I think Usher found Justin Bieber like before Baby released his thing.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like,
I don't have any idea. That's just the only Justin Bieber song I know.
Yeah. So
because it's a meme.
Yeah. I'm just wondering like what are you seeing? It's been a while. I probably knew the answer, but
I have no idea. He probably thought, oh yeah, this could rip girls off.
I was right.
Yeah.
God damn.
No, I don't know why, but it's just my idea. Also, it's pretty crazy that this synchronization license, that you need a different license if you want to show yourself performing it and not just have the performance. Like having the video too requires a second thing because why? I don't know. But you do.
Don't know. I was just trying to think about it while he was talking about it. I'm just like, wait, what?
And then I start singing Baby.
Yeah.
I ruined everything.
For doing outside the YouTube bubble, if you just filmed yourself and put it up somewhere else online, well, the baseline is that you'd have to pay for an expensive license or you get sued and you lose. Or more likely, you get a cease and desist letter, you pay a bit of money to make the lawyers go away, and you drop out of the music industry disillusioned. And you can't get away with it by changing the lyrics. A parody is probably not fair use unless you're directly criticizing the original, and even then it's questionable. Weird Al Yankovic, the most popular parody artist in history, licenses the songs that he parodies. There are lots of lengthy law journal articles asking...
Yeah. You showed me the video of Weird Al Yankovic yesterday. When I was watching it, I was thinking about how much it didn't really change some of the songs that he parodied.
Yeah, exactly, because he paid everyone to use it, and then he didn't have to change it at all because he paid for it.
Yeah, he has the license to use the entire song now.
Yeah, and in case anyone's wondering, we're talking about Polka Face.
Yeah.
The one that used like 10 different songs and one after the other.
It's close to 20.
I don't think it's even 10, honestly.
The one was Baby, that's why you probably sang.
Yeah, exactly, that's why I thought of it. No, it obviously had Poker Face, it had Baby, it had Right Round, it had TikTok, it had alcohol, blame it on the alcohol.
Yeah. Poker Face, obviously.
I said Poker Face first.
Oh, okay.
And then the one Day and Night.
Yeah.
That one, and I think it's almost it.
But
and I Need You Now. That one too.
I would say
it's about 10. That's my point.
Okay, yeah. So I would say that the only thing that keeps like Weird Al Yankovic in the public interest is his ability to humor the songs that put humor in the songs that he has licenses. So
and also that freaking animation.
So yeah, the animation. I think that helps a lot too. So it's like I think a more like Weird Al song to like bring up is "Eat It" because it's actually changing the lyrics of "Beat It" by Michael Jackson.
Yeah, he usually changes them. Maybe he just didn't hear because it's so many songs right one after the other.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
just remember that he did I guess the girl by Katy Perry and
Oh
weird
yeah, right.
animation of fucking
Yeah,
nothing
you pointed out the shirt doesn't have a.
shoulders.
Don't you think the face was weird on that
Yeah,
shirt?
yeah. Ah, well, if you want to know what we're talking about, then maybe watch the video. Or maybe
Watch the
not,
video.
because you might be horrified at how weird it looks.
No, watch it. Totally should be.
The
Like
angel
I
and the
said,
devil on your shoulder.
just look instead of poker face, Google or look up polka face with OL, and then you will probably find it easily, and then you will probably be horrified by an animation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
whether he needs to, but
we kind of went off topic there, but fine.
it's better safe than sorry. And yeah, I wouldn't fancy his chances if it actually went to court. The worst case scenario of doing an unlicensed song parody on YouTube is that you get sued and you lose. Because under current copyright law, you are in the wrong. I'm not saying that's how it should be. I'm saying that's how it is. And most people won't have the money to even start to defend a case like that. Now, YouTube has a workaround for this, Content ID. I'll get to that later. And if you're not actually using the original piece, if you're just reminding the viewer of it, just getting close enough in your parody, then you're probably in the clear. YouTube creators who change just the lyrics of songs to do parodies often say, oh, but it's transformative, it's fair use, it's for criticism, they can't claim copyright over it, they're making a false claim. And look, if you're taking a Katy Perry song and changing the words to be about something other than criticizing Katy Perry or the song itself, it's likely not fair use. The same way that big movie companies can't take small songwriters' work, change the lyrics, and put the result in movies without paying and say, oh, but it's transformative, it's fair use, look, we changed the lyrics. And it may seem unfair that the law holds.
I just find it weird that you can change the lyrics, but not all the time.
You can change the lyrics if you change it to something that actively criticizes the original lyrics. Then you can do it. But if it's not that, you can't.
Well, it's weird because, like, how you define that?
That's what the court is for. That's why you need lawyers.
Yes, so. Well, I guess we just have a lot of court cases. I think that's why the law kind of makes this situation where courts don't even want to deal with some of these cases because it's just like, well, I gotta look at this song lyric and see if it's critical enough. Don't. I think have a very broad. Which is very unfortunate because people can't even get to the court system anyway. So.
Yeah, it's freaking expensive because that's fair.
Not.
You're right. That's why I said it.
Kids on YouTube messing around to more or less the same legal standard as Hollywood studios. In public opinion, there is definitely a big difference there. People smile at small creators taking content from big companies well outside fair use, but never the other way around. And that's the reason that some small-time reaction YouTuber can take a 5-second clip from a movie and use it for a cheap punchline, even if it's not criticism and review. But I'm damn sure if a movie studio took a clip of a reaction channel's video and used it in a film without permission, there would be lawyers lining up to take the case.
Yeah, you're right. This is my content. I own it. You hear that, Disney? Right. Remember, tomorrow I'm reacting to the new Star Wars trailer.
Yeah, double standard in the wrong way around for once.
Honestly, could there be lawyers? Well, lawyers for the. I guess there would be lawyers, but not.
If there's not actually lawyers, at least there would be a shitstorm.
I guess so.
Like imagine if Disney made a new video and then they had some small YouTubers clip in there without any permission or asking them or anything. Maybe the person would say, "Oh, it's so cool they used me," but there's also the possibility that's like, "Hey, that's my content. You have to pay me for that."
Yeah, but I just think like they would be chill with it the same reason that companies are chill with like a very small clip that a person is reacted to as free publicity.
Publicity will.
Well,
It
companies
kind of
like
is.
it, so why not the individual?
Well, if you're just showing the person without giving any kind of credit, oh yeah, we're gonna find out who it is.
I guess so, but like if you show like some random clip of Star Wars and nobody knows like what is it, Star Wars on this.
Star Wars is way more popular than random reaction YouTuber number 537.
I guess so, but like it could be any movie. So like it could be like a less popular movie. People don't even know what the movie. Like
Fine, but still. I'm sure that would at least raise a few, more than a few eyebrows.
yeah, I think the double standard is just that.
No, it is. It's not like companies are ever gonna do that anyway because they know there's a double standard in that way. But just a point made here. Yeah.
Be
Oh,
different
it's gonna
treatment
go.
there. But in current copyright law, there isn't.
Chapter 2.
If you take a photograph off a stock image site or from some photographer's Flickr account and you just copy it into your blog post or your company website, you might well get an email from a service called Pixie. They use automatic systems to scan the web, detect people who've used photographs without permission, and then they send legal letters threatening court action and demanding payment. And legally, they are in the right. They're using strong-arm tactics and they're in it for the money. And in some cases, they are threatening someone who has absolutely no idea about copyright and genuinely thinks that stuff on the web is free to take. There are lots of threads on.
Oh no, stuff on the web. I've learned that this is what I had to do when I went to college and had to make my own website, and it's like you had to go through Creative Commons,
Yeah,
check to see
I
if
do.
copyright.
Yeah, I had to do the same thing. It wasn't for a website, but it was still kind of something similar.
Yeah, I think.
So
Yeah, and the thing with Creative Commons is like sometimes they'll say like, "Oh yeah, you can use this, but only for like educational stuff," which we're doing. But
yeah, there's like all these different numbers and types and stuff. And I remember when did it, it was like for we had to make like an educational thing, like create an educational thing about some topic.
yeah,
And we had to, when making it, point out for everything we used what it was for, like what kind of license it was exactly. And yeah, but when you were younger, everyone thought that, hey, when I see it on Google, I can just use it, right?
yeah. That's I think
It is. And even stock images, like where people often go to just take whatever for a random reaction image or something. Yeah, you can't do that either, technically.
also think that that's kind of because I think kind of also plays into like with teachers, they do actually break copyright law in a way, and they have like a worksheet or something. I remember one of the worksheets that I had for like science class, they had like a bunch of like SpongeBob related problems on it. And they used SpongeBob pictures on it. That was technically illegal,
It was.
but
I don't remember my school ever doing something like that because probably they know it's illegal.
but
But
by them doing that, you kind of get the impression that it's okay, right?
you do get the impression, but I assure you the teacher probably has no idea about the internet.
Yes. So
Because why would people that teach kids actually be competent in today's world? That doesn't.
no, they're just smart at science, not at everything.
Yeah.
Uh so this adult here, so I think that's the thing
They
that
shouldn't teach wrong lessons.
well yeah. But I'm learning that if adults are willing to do things that are like against the law, the kids feel more prone to doing it. At least like skirt the law.
That's what kids do. They copy what they see.
Yes.
Yeah.
online going, what's happening? I didn't know. How do I make this go away? To which the answer is pay up. Photography is an art and an expensive one. And yeah, until we live in magical post-scarcity Star Trek space communism, you shouldn't.
Oh
Only
god,
a
I
few years
ruined
away.
this.
Huh?
Ruined.
Oh no, you ruined the stream. What am I ever going to do?
Complain about it.
Okay, I'm just going to keep watching the video without you.
Yo.
Just be able to photograph
Oh, hey.
Hey, I said I was going to do it.
as copyrighted work and use it. Except that's what the internet does. A lot. Hey, I used to do it. It's gone from the internet now for obvious reasons, but when I was younger, I unashamedly took images and other stuff from the web and repurposed it because I knew hardly anyone would see it, even fewer people would care, and the worst case scenario was that I'd get a cease and desist letter. And if that happened, I might be able to cry censorship and get some publicity out of it. I've grown up since then, but there are a whole new wave of kids who have that same philosophy. No copyright infringement intended. They'll say, I own nothing, all rights to the copyright owners, or this is...
Yeah, I've seen people talk
I've seen,
about
yeah, that everyone does that. And I can also, again, talk from experience because I know the other people who upload video game music, again, which is what I do sometimes. They would like put stuff like that in the comments, in the video description. I mean,
Yeah.
because all right, go to whatever company has made the music, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, or even the composer, and I never did that because I know that doesn't do anything.
Yeah, honestly,
Pointless.
it's not even pointless. It's something that they could use in court to sue you. Because they could say, oh, you knew that you were aware that you were stealing our copyrighted stuff, but you did it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. You have to play dumb. You have to play. You have to play dumb. You have to play smart. I was gonna say that.
Don't be over.
So yeah. So oh god, now this is now it's on video that I knew about this. Damn.
But yeah, it's just you could do like be like the second company in that example. It would be like, well, I didn't know I had someone else do it for me or something like that.
Totally.
They'll not let you off the hook that much, but you face the full brunt of the system.
Yeah. And I still think the worst that can happen is that my channel gets taken down. I
Yeah.
really doubt that would happen
That's
more than that. Honestly.
That's the part of.
Yeah.
transform fair use as if just claiming that is some magic incantation that will ward off lawyers like waving a cross at vampires.
I want to sue you now.
No
Oh,
copyright
it's legal ego.
infringement intended. No copyright infringement intended.
Andras Arato from Hungary.
Actual lawyer, by the way.
Yeah.
Now it's kind of similar to killing someone and saying no murder intended.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, that makes it okay, you know.
It's yeah. That's the thing. It's like when it comes to the law, if you do it, if you break the law, then that's it. It doesn't matter what you think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly,
exactly
it makes it worse if you know what you're doing.
It's like
That's how
I
law
didn't
works.
I didn't intend to commit this crime. I just committed.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Good for you. Go to jail.
Yeah, that's first degree instead of third degree now.
Ah, no. First degree copyright infringement.
Posed for some stock photography a few years ago. He doesn't
Hey,
have the
and
right
his
to own
story.
his face or image in any of these photos. He signed those away as part of the photography contract. And while there is a discussion to be had about personality rights and the ethics of taking some random person's face and using it without context, that's not relevant here. What is relevant is the copyright on that photo. If you're criticizing or commenting on the photo itself, if you're judging the composition, the camera work, or yes, the incredibly awkward expression that meant he gained the nickname Hide the Pain Harold and became one of the most recognized figures in the nerdy underbelly of the internet, then yes, that may well be acceptable.
Nerd.
I
We are all nerds.
guess so.
But if you're just using those pictures as a stock image to make a point about anything else, then you'd better have a license, or you're exposing yourself to a lot of legal liability. When big publications talk about
Yeah, so every time you saw that image with some caption for a meme, and they just broke the law and could be sued for it.
Yeah, they could be, or they could not care.
So
Well,
I don't think yeah, it's not about not caring. It's more about image. Yeah,
What about yeah?
I was about to say something that I know he's going to say too, so I'm just gonna
Oh,
stop
okay.
myself.
Well,
I wanna let him say it, and I'm gonna point out what I mean.
The distracted boyfriend picture, they license it. There is no exception under law for, oh, I just put it in my video as a quick joke. I licensed all those photos from a company called Shutterstock. Here's the license agreement. I got a bundle deal of image credits from them because it was cheaper, and I.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I want to read all that. Can I read all that?
If you do that, I'm going to leave.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just like,
I
oh
don't
yeah.
have that kind of. I don't have that kind of patience. You
Oh.
can make an extra stream just reading that contract for 2 hours if you want to.
Oh, I want to read with you though.
I don't feel like it.
I had some of those credits left over. So please now enjoy a few inexplicable stock photos that I also now have the legal right to use.
What? The hell?
Anyway, the photographer.
me when I took.
Oh god.
What the fuck is this?
This is the world of stock photos. Who takes these pictures?
So we had guy with a watermelon in a race car.
Yeah.
Woman with thumbs down in a wardrobe, not wardrobe.
Oh, I gotta criticize all these pictures.
Who took that original distraction of image credits from them because it was cheaper, and I had some of those credits left over. So please now enjoy a few inexplicable stock photos that I also now have the legal right to use.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, so this guy's teeth are ugly.
I was going to see that he has green goggles while he's racing, which I think would limit some of his visibility in terms of color.
I'm not sure if he's actually racing. Like, look at what he's holding. That doesn't look like a wheel.
It looks like a hose, yeah.
Look like
Why does he have a watermelon helmet?
Because he thinks it's cool.
Oh, okay. I don't understand anything that's happening. Like the action lines and everything around it makes it look like he's racing, but I guess he's not.
I don't like. So my criticism is I don't like the background effect. It looks too fake to me.
Oh, the stock photos for you.
It's not free. He paid a license for this one.
Yeah, but it's stock photos.
But they're not free.
Does that mean that they must put in more effort all of a sudden?
I feel like something that you have to pay for should be better than something you get for free.
No, stock photos are like way less expensive than like actual art. So yeah.
Yeah. Also, this woman does not approve of this ducky.
Yeah, very thumbs down.
Do you have your ducky for comparison?
Oh, I do. Can you hear it?
I can hear it. I hope you can hear it on stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. This guy has a rubber ducky, guys. What a nerd. Okay.
I got it from college. Gave it to me free because of rubber duck programming. Yeah.
What does the program have to do with ducky?
You haven't heard of rubber duck programming?
Huh?
Rubber duck programming is basically talk to a rubber duck so that you can like say out like what you're going to do, so you don't forget stuff.
Yeah, and even though I'm literally studying computer science for multiple years, I've never heard of that.
Wow. That was like one of the first things that they taught me was rubber duck programming.
Nope, that's not something I ever heard. That's the thing here. Okay, we need to move on from this woman who has a very disapproving face.
What the hell is this?
Sci-fi corn.
Why is she looking at it so intently?
Sci-fi corn.
Okay. Then we have this wonderful image of why Why does it look like a skull? What's a little more morbid than.
Is he going to put the cookie through the tube to eat it?
No, he's just gonna take the cookie with him to his room where it's not toxic.
Oh, the cookie, so it's not toxic if you move it. That makes sense.
No, the room
Anyway,
is
the
not. Never mind.
We need to stop talking about these photos.
photographer who took that original distracted
I had to
boyfriend
criticize him.
asked how he felt about
We didn't even do that. Okay,
I tried, okay?
Yeah, I didn't, so I ruined it.
his work being used everywhere without permission. And he said, they're just a group of people doing it in good faith. We are not going to take any action except for the extreme cases in which this good faith doesn't exist. That is an act of generosity on his part. He would be entirely within his rights to hire a service like Pixie, let them play the bad guys, and rake in a lot of money. And if you think that's wrong, then talk to a professional photographer. Ask them how they earn their living and how much their equipment costs and how they'd feel about it. Now, as I record this, Pixie doesn't appear to have automated systems hunting through YouTube videos to find unlicensed images and send out legal threats, but they could, pretty easily. Maybe those claims could be defended in court with enough money, but in the current system, most people would be forced to fold and pay a license fee and give up. And viral video licensing companies like Duke and Media do already search through YouTube for unlicensed use of the video clips they own. And while as a company they are vilified by the creator community, they've got a point. Creators have the right to determine how their work is being used, and taking someone else's copyrighted photos or videos and using them commercially, without permission, without criticism, is not fair use under the law, even if loads of other people have already used them.
Well, everyone else is doing.
Yeah, that's a pretty big fallacy that a lot of people fall into.
I'm just looking at my stream window, and it's like, well, everything's copyrighted.
Well,
Like even the fucking font might be not okay to use.
yeah, you're right. Unless you're using something like area,
Arial,
basically.
yeah.
Area.
Times New Roman.
Yeah, those. Just use those to be safe. It's safer.
Safety's for the weak.
I disagree, but yeah, okay.
Even if you add some words on top of them, even if you mash them up with 3 other things, are you 100% sure that you are transforming or criticizing the original, not just using it? I know you're 100% sure that a court would agree with you.
When I got criticized on Puka, I really like his goggles. Or his goggles. Size of Moe.
Moe. Did you just say Moe?
Yes.
I'm not sure that counts. I'm not sure that counts as.
Figar has weird looking teeth.
What you're doing right now is not criticism. You're just saying I like it. Or I dislike it. That's not criticism.
God. Well, I'm fucked.
Yeah, you are. Good thing I don't own this channel.
Just to repeat, I'm not saying this is how it should be. I'm saying this is how it is. But that's pictures and videos. What about bits of pop culture? At the end of 2019, Giphy, a GIF aggregation site, briefly removed it. Actually, hold on, people will complain. I'm pronouncing it GIF because Giphy, the site I'm talking about, pronounces it GIF. And besides, the real problem is that they're not actually GIFs, they're short video files and other formats. GIF is a really specific descriptor for a data format. Short looping videos are not GIFs, but apparently now they are. It's like how emoji now refers to any small image. I'm still grumpy about all of this, don't at me. Anyway.
GIF, GIF.
I'm gonna need Jiffy.
I don't care.
I don't really care either. Well, this immediately reminded me of that one Devolver
Digital.
Devolver Digital E3 presentation they made, where they made a joke where they said GIF, and then someone in the audience says GIF, and then he got burned to death.
I just want to say that for pronunciations, I don't care if it's an abbreviation, which GIF is.
I mean, so you don't care how to pronounce abbreviations?
Yes, because it would technically be GIF. You want to pronounce it correctly, but no one does that.
GIF.
No, just say the letters individually.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
GIF. I pronounce it GIF.
I was just saying GIF.
Yeah.
At the end of 2019, Giphy briefly removed its many, many GIFs of the child from The Mandalorian, a creature designed to be so adorable that I can only assume the design came directly from Disney's merchandising team.
Okay, that was the issue that I had. I didn't have the flashing criticism review when I was talking about the stuff that I was talking about.
You still didn't do criticism in review.
But
You're again doing the thing where you put the fact that you don't own it in the video description. That doesn't count.
no, I trick people into believing that I actually am criticizing it.
Yeah, I'm sure that would hold up in court.
No, I'll trick the judges. That's my
You trick the judges. Now that you said you're gonna trick them, it's
Fuck.
definitely gonna work.
God damn it.
Then okay.
Those GIFs were removed because of what Giphy described as confusion about certain content. I guess they got a legal letter from someone at Disney before Disney realized what a PR disaster it would be to stop the internet having immediate access to Baby Yoda.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. So that's basically why a lot of companies don't go after everyone. It's not that they don't care. It's that would be PR disaster.
Yeah. The
So
internet
that's
will
what I was gonna say earlier, but then I said, he's gonna say it.
So you're saying that's the internet will at them?
Yeah, there will be a lot of people very angry, and it will hurt their brand a lot, and that's why they don't do it. It's not that they don't do it because they don't care, because it's not worth the effort, or because it's too much. It's because it would really screw them over in the long term and our audience.
I thought
Right.
maybe it's also kind of like that because that's the same thing with like bootlegs in China. It's like Nintendo could go after Chinese companies making consoles that have like 5,000 games, their games on it. But, like it's China, so I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, China doesn't really care about anything. You can just lie on the product information and things there.
Yeah.
So
That's what I was thinking with not caring thing comes from. It's just like there's just too much of it. And it's not going to.
yeah, I don't think I think it's just because it's China.
Oh yeah, I guess the idea is like they're not going to make any money off it.
Yeah, but on like in the rest of the world, they would make money off it, but it would also cause everyone to start hating them worldwide, and I
see.
don't think that's worth it.
But the Guardian article about that brief takedown has a really interesting final line. Images in GIFs are widely understood to fall under the fair use exception. Notice how that's phrased, widely understood. There has never been a court case about this. Are GIFs fair use? I actually think that if some company got a bee in their bonnet, the same way they did about Napster 20 years ago, and if they insisted on litigating all the way to court, it is entirely possible that a judge would go, no, GIFs aren't a parody, they're not criticism, they're not transformative, they're not fair use. Giphy's entire product, the GIF economy, is based on systematic copyright infringement. Pay the money, shut it down. In practice, of course, it wouldn't get that far. Giphy would accept a cease and desist and take down what was complained about. It's just easier because, remember, they're not an individual creator or a small site. Giphy has an enormous office in New York with catered lunches and arcade games for more than 100 employees.
Oh, really? Huh.
Apparently so. But yeah, technically, what they're doing might not be legal. Like every reaction GIF you've ever sent might have been copyright infringement.
Even Turner?
Yeah. Why not?
So I was wondering, it's like they make money off of it.
Oh, I don't
I'm pretty
know.
sure it's like, I think they have to. Like Giphy at least has to make money off of what they're doing because they have a fucking office with arcade machine.
I mean, yeah, that's no. They make the money from the arcade machines, you know.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't know. But I feel like you could totally argue that most of the time you send the GIF from a movie or a reaction GIF or anything, maybe it wasn't legal.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe pretty likely at least. So yeah.
Based on that is
Awful.
It is, but that's how it is. People just don't know better.
argued. They're not transformative, they're not fair use. Giphy's entire product, the GIF economy, is based on systematic copyright infringement. Pay the money, shut it down. In practice, of course, it wouldn't get that far. Giphy would accept a cease and desist and take down what was complained about. It's just easier because, remember, then
Yeah, I just thought about that and the fact that you said that this kind of thing about gifts being fair use hasn't even gone to court yet, and it's like, well, we're kind of just pushing the problem like away with all these cease and desists instead of just going to court. And why are you making the court so expensive? We can actually solve problems instead of.
No, in this case, it's just that it would be bad if it went to court because then it might just shut down GIFs as a whole.
That is true, but at the same time, I feel like if we had done it like earlier, like
Yeah, but now it's too late.
yeah, now it's too late. But
Can you just imagine if overnight GIFs in general at all became illegal?
they already are. What?
No, now they're not. Now they might be illegal, but we're not sure.
Oh, okay.
That's the entire point. There aren't cease and desists for GIFs right now.
Yeah.
But technically, companies might be allowed to do that. They're just not doing it. So yeah.
Yeah.
not a creator or a small site, Giphy has an enormous office in New York with catered lunches and arcade games for more than 100 employees, based on a business model that is arguably copyright infringement. I am amazed that no big media corporations have looked at their money and gone, we can sue them for that. In the same way, uploading video game footage to YouTube is widely understood to be okay, but that's questionable. Maybe if it's something like Minecraft, where there's a lot of original work, it could be. And besides, the license agreement that you accept when playing Minecraft allows streaming and most YouTube videos. But if it's just a video of cutscenes or following roughly the same sequence of events that every player would follow, it's a bit like putting up a video of you watching a TV show. We've seen companies decide in the past that actually they don't want videos of their games online. It is very easy to make the argument that online streaming of games affects sales and the impact on.
I'm wondering about this because, like, it depends on like the game stuff like that.
No, but that's why I said a single player game where everyone follows roughly the same outline, like
Okay, I see.
story-based games, walking simulators, that kind of thing. Things that after you've seen someone else do it, there's no real reason to do it yourself because you're not playing it for the gameplay, you're playing it for the story. So when you see the story already in the video, why would you go to buy it? That's a thing that happened to Life is Strange, for example. Not a lot of people bought the first game, as far as I can remember, because the people who streamed it, everyone just watched people play it and then didn't have to buy it anymore, which, even though it was really popular, still meant poor sales regardless.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, there's a definite argument that streaming of games in general is not allowed.
Yeah. I haven't really thought about it that much.
Yeah, but
I didn't know about the Life is Strange.
Yeah, I mean that's the one I have a memory. I'm pretty sure there was the company had some issues, and I saw that at some point. It was a while ago. If I'm completely wrong, then I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure that's the case.
Well, I just thought about a time where I think like Atlas tried to on 5 too early.
Yeah, that was the thing. I remember that too because I also was interested in Persona 5 when it came out. It was the first time I heard of Persona. And I definitely remember people being like, well, I can't stream further than this and this point, so otherwise I might get in trouble. Or also, Danganronpa V3, the same thing happened. We were only allowed to stream or play or show until the end of the first chapter for a while, at least like a few weeks after release, and after that it was allowed to show more than the first chapter.
Yeah, it was like when I first saw that, I thought that was pretty weird, but then now I kind of understand why, but at the same time, like
I can tell you there's a very specific reason why they would not want people to show more than the first chapter. But if I said it now, I would just spoil something, so I'm not going to say it.
Okay.
Because someone else would actually see it, not just you. So yeah.
Sales is a key component in determining whether something is fair use. Sure, the games get some exposure, but exposure doesn't pay the rent. I didn't buy Untitled Goose Game and experience the beautiful artwork and immaculately timed comic set pieces myself. I skipped through a couple of videos so I could get the joke.
That Chris? did there? I feel like that's what I was doing. Or I
Yeah,
did
I
wrongly.
mean, it was too short, but what he did say, but like he described why he thought something was good. You just said it was good.
Oh, okay.
It was a bit of a difference.
Then I moved on. I didn't buy Superliminal either. I just watched a video of someone playing it to get how it works, skipped forward to see how it ends, and then I got on with my life. And I'm glad I did. The game mechanics are clever, but the ending is unsatisfying. Or maybe I just think that because I watched someone else play it. And that someone else who provided a substitute for the original product made money off that, either from advertising or streaming donations. Now, video game streaming might be fair use.
Superliminal is a pretty good game. I have to point that out here.
Yeah. This is the thing about he's going to talk about streamings and stuff like that, and this is where like monetization of someone else's work kind of gets a little bit fuzzy, because like the donation is going to you, like, or okay, so what are they paying for? Are they not like
Your commentary, I guess, the commentary of whoever was,
But when it comes to donations, it's just like, well, they're just donating money to you, or are they like paying because you are using someone else's work? It's like it's kind of hard to like do that.
You're right. You're very much right there.
That's why a lot of people like do this on Twitch now because it's so
Reaction videos.
yes, because the line is so fuzzy now. A lot more fuzzy than YouTube.
But isn't reaction videos even more stealing content than playing games?
Yeah, but you can get away with it on Twitch.
Oh.
Someone constantly criticizing and reviewing the work as they play it. Not just talking about it, or not just repeating what they're saying in the game, or saying hi to the chat, like actively criticizing. Maybe. It would be up to a judge to decide, and no one wants any case like that to get to court because somehow we have an entire industry based around something that is very possibly copyright infringement, but which most video game publishers are just going along with. Perhaps because they genuinely think it's a good thing, or perhaps because they've seen the backlash that happens when horrible gamer children are suddenly denied something they think is their right.
I like the way they described it. Horrible gamer children. That's
yeah.
That's why I don't want to be called a gamer.
I like the part about being denied something they think is their right.
Yes.
Like they think it's their right to stream games or watch people play games, but it's really not.
But like, oh my god, the amount of
really
people, the amount of people that feel so righteous about them feeling like they know the law when they don't.
It's entitled to things.
Yes, it's so astronomically high.
It's the whole thing.
Like our friend in the corner.
Hey, this is transformative. This is definitely fair use.
Would you do this to a Marvel movie, though?
Oh, mate, they'd sue me for every penny I've got.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I want to react to a Marvel movie next.
Depends.
You're supposed to say no here.
Oh, okay. I don't even want. I can't even watch. I don't even want to pay for Disney Plus. Like, fuck that.
Oh, now you just find it somewhere illegally. It's fine.
All right.
So I wouldn't even have any interest in watching a Marvel movie. Yeah. I don't like Marvel. Okay, pointing that.
Not a lot of people do anymore. Kind of pissed off everyone.
No, it's gonna see this. It's fine.
Including me.
In 1988, KTMA TV in Minneapolis aired the first episode of Mystery Science Theater 3000, which was basically a reaction channel. A host, along with a cast of puppet robots, would watch a full-length movie, usually an old science fiction piece. They'd be in silhouette as if they were in the row of cinema seats in front of you, constantly cracking jokes about whatever was on screen. It's tightly written, scripted with joke after joke after joke, although the skits that surround the movie are often so laden with in-jokes and character shtick that new viewers who don't know the show and the cast can be completely lost. Like I said, it's basically a reaction channel.
Yeah. I would say Mr. J is Like,
You know that show?
I've heard of it before.
Okay.
A lot of people make jokes about it, but yeah, it's like the origin of like reaction stuff like that, and it's a lot more. I would say Transformer. I don't know if that's like I'll like save them or something. I'm not sure how Tom Scott's going to portray this, but
I think he's going to say, "Oh, they paid for the license of all those movies."
okay, but I think their commentary is something that you want to do when it comes to like an actual reaction instead of just staring at the screen.
Yeah, of course, but it's a valid criticism to say, "Oh, people, it's hard to understand if you haven't watched every episode." Like that's a valid criticism of something.
All right, yeah.
Like you can
Magazine
make jokes
listed Mystery
without them all being inside jokes.
Yeah.
Science Theatre as one of the 100 greatest TV shows of all time. A Kickstarter brought it back in 2016, and then Netflix brought it back for another couple of seasons. Mystery Science Theatre was absolutely criticism and review and absolutely transformative, but they still licensed the movies.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Just to be
Anything
safe.
Yeah.
that wasn't in the public domain, they negotiated and paid for because, yeah, playing out someone else's entire movie just with wisecracks over it, probably not fair use. And even if it was, a studio would have probably sued them at some point anyway. And
They'll just get sued anyway. They'll probably have to probably not even go through the court system and even prove that it is fair use because it's expensive.
Yeah, great.
Like all of this copyright stuff, it's all about avoid getting like sued in the first place. It's not about winning the court case or anything like that. It's just about not getting the letter from the company.
Yeah, because it's freaking expensive. We went over this a few times now. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't think that's how laws work. I don't think you should avoid the letter.
It's not how it should work, but it is how it works right now.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
had to defend the case and spend the money to defend the case. Now, there have been YouTube commentary channels who have defended lawsuits where fair use and fair dealing seem clear. H3H3, an often controversial reaction commentary channel, won a very expensive lawsuit that was brought by someone they criticised. They were very happy about the result, and they shared that with their fans in a way that pretty much sums up why their style isn't for everyone.
Good job, Bela.
I remember this.
Yeah, I've never seen these people, and I already don't like them. Like, why would you throw stuff around in your home? Why would you make those noises? Please?
I don't know. But H3H3 was very popular around the.
Go to a psychiatrist, please.
But H3H3 was like very popular around like the drama era. I remember like some drama. Yeah, he still is, but I think I was talking about his peak of his popularity. Yeah, I was just remember watching some drama news channels talking about the H3 lawsuit and like how everyone was afraid that he might lose because of how copyright law it is. Even though the person that the plaintiff in the case, I would say it was kind of a bit of a nutter, but well, ignore that.
Yeah, I know. I just googled H3H3, and they're definitely still active right now.
Yeah, they're doing their podcasts and stuff like that.
Yeah, so they're no longer doing reaction content.
Yeah,
but it's not really.
Noted that the video was transformative because it responds to and transforms the video from a skit into fodder for caustic, moment-by-moment commentary and mockery. The judge's decision goes into the balancing factors of fair use in depth, but the most important bit is a little bit further down. Some reaction videos intersperse short segments of another's work with criticism and commentary, while others are more akin to a group viewing session without commentary. Accordingly, the court is not ruling here that all reaction videos constitute fair use. It's clear that just playing a video and laughing at it isn't fair use, it's copyright infringement. The border of fair use is somewhere in the grey area between lazy, zero-effort reaction streamers and in-depth, insightful criticism.
Laziness!
Yay.
No,
Uh,
I know we've already talked about 20 minutes for an hour. I think we're okay.
yeah, but so yeah, I don't know if I watched the whole H3 video that he's referring to, but I did remember that it was a lot of criticism of the person in the video, and I would say that the person only went to court because he didn't like that it was being.
I mean, that's fair. That's...
Not fair.
No, I think that's totally reasonable.
uh, well, you didn't win the case anyway. Well, yeah.
The criticism was just, I don't like their faces.
Wow. I don't think it was even like that. I think it was like actual criticism. He just wasn't having it. I think it's
No,
Matt Hoss's name. Person.
My opinion is the correct one.
Oh, okay.
See, that's how it works. And if you don't agree, I sue you.
Well, glad you don't have any money.
I do have money.
Not
Not enough
what?
to make. Okay, fine.
But it's
What means a lot? I
a
don't even
fuzzy
know.
border.
A company.
Right now, questions about
You
them
own a
can
company.
I don't know.
only be settled on a case-by-case basis in an expensive courtroom. Because, yeah, there is one thread throughout all these examples. Under the current system, it often doesn't matter who's actually in the right. Even if the answer to is it fair use is clear, it's actually about whether you can afford to defend a case. You could be 100% sure it's fair use. But unless you're prepared to spend the time and the money to actually fight that in court, it doesn't matter. Which brings us to how YouTube worked around this.
I'm glad we finally get to YouTube after half the video.
Yeah.
Back in 2006, YouTube made an arrangement with the big music companies. So the big industry players wouldn't sue this new platform out of existence. YouTube developed Content ID, which scans every video uploaded and checks it against an enormous database of copyrighted content.
I didn't know it was 2006. I thought it was later. But yeah, I do remember Content ID being a thing. That was making sure that YouTube doesn't just die.
Yeah, dies before it was even born.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm pretty sure it was 2006 because that's when Me at the Zoo was uploaded. I think that was
2005 is Me at the Zoo.
Oh, that was 5. Okay.
That's why I thought it was later.
Yeah, no, I thought Copyright ID was there basically almost from the start.
Okay.
And it was a year later.
If there's a match, everything works completely outside the usual copyright system. All those worries about synchronization licenses and publication rights, all that law is effectively replaced with 2 contracts. One that's private between YouTube and the big media companies, and one that's in the terms of service that you agree to when you upload your bedroom vlogger video to YouTube. There is a public list of the music tracks that are in Content ID, including the current policies from the music companies. There's no list of the TV shows or films or other stuff that's in there. Mostly, the copyright owners just put adverts on the video. Sometimes they do block it entirely, but those policies can change at any time. And if you do something they particularly don't like, it doesn't make you immune from lawsuits or from formal takedown notices under a law called the DMCA.
Yeah, I think a lot of people complain about YouTube is because their rules are so vague to interpret it in a way that's just like, I can sue you now. Like that.
While that is true, I have definitely seen people uploading full reactions to complete Disney movies on YouTube before, and
Yes.
they were up for years. And it's like, why do those videos stay up and others that are way less harsh don't? It's weird to me.
Yeah, the weird thing is like the carpet bombing of like content and how it misses a lot of the thing that it's trying to attack, basically.
Yeah, a literal 1.5 hour upload of a movie not recognized. Okay.
Well, you need to watch the video that is actually transformed. Yeah, I couldn't say that without choking on my own words.
Yeah, no, that's not. They don't care that much. Come on.
Yeah. See, they don't care. Where my point from?
Yeah, just sue.
Yeah, just sue. All right.
That's what I mean. You said they don't care, so that's why they don't sue. But I say they don't care, they just sue immediately anyway.
All right.
Copyright strike. Those are still an option for copyright owners. It's just that with very, very few exceptions, they'll take the money from ads instead. Content ID means that video creators, unless they're being so malicious as to attract serious attention, generally don't get sued and don't get DMCA takedowns. They don't have to negotiate a synchronization license for cover songs. Now, some companies, music labels mostly, are also able to manually put Content ID claims on videos that the automated systems miss. That is an avenue for abuse. And so is the manual appeals process that's meant to kick in if the automated systems have flagged something that really is fair use, like a review or a brief incidental snippet of a song that was playing somewhere as you walked by.
Or your own music, as some people have mentioned.
Yeah, that too.
Weird how, like, this is all a bunch of robots that don't understand how anything works. So
Yeah, it's very difficult to make a song and have it not sound somewhat like some song somewhere in the world.
yeah, it's a derivative. I think
Yeah,
it's like a derivative thing. It's like all work is derivative now.
there's only so much you can do that doesn't sound like shit. You know?
It doesn't sound like a cacophony of noise. Yes.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I'm still surprised that composers still manage to make new music for games that doesn't just sound like ripoffs. But
I mean, it kind of does.
when you say that, I don't say.
I've listened to too much music, despite you being the music.
I listen to a lot of music too, at least video game music. And
But when we did one of those like just the music things, you completely blanked on the new stuff,
on the new stuff.
like on the like Xbox and PlayStation stuff.
But yeah, I don't really because they all sound the same to me.
So you're exactly my point. They are not making.
No, it's just that I'm not an Xbox or PlayStation guy, so I never listen to the music from them.
Yeah.
So
I'm just saying, like sometimes the music, a little bit of familiarity to.
Yeah,
Maybe a little too much familiarity to it, but
yeah, but still, I'm more about the upbeat songs.
Often, the appeals process does work, but give a corporation an inch and they'll take a mile. Making decisions about fair use and copyright is meant to be handed over to experienced, trained people who can give nuanced judgments. But from the stories that have come out over the years, it looks like it's mostly subcontracted out to the lowest bidder, with enormous decision-making power given to people whose job is just to run through the backlog of appeals as quickly as possible and make snap decisions, knowing that very few people will actually be able to do anything about the result. I've been a victim of that in the past. A TV channel from Thailand took one of my videos, played it out without permission in one of their big television shows, and then put that entire television show into Content ID. I got a Content ID hit on my original video from them, and that took a long time to sort out.
wow,
That's ridiculous. Imagine someone stealing your content and then shitting on you for it.
Yeah, that's actually what happened, and why YouTube is in the safe harbor protections for DMCA, because Viacom tried to sue YouTube for taking their content, like basically being like knowledgeable of the fact that people were just uploading their content, Viacom TV shows and all their stuff to YouTube. Then Viacom also decided that, hey, maybe we should upload our own stuff to YouTube without it being like an official thing. They'll just upload it as random users, and that's why they lost the court case.
They lost the court case from their own stuff.
Yes, because they were stupid enough to upload it without people.
That's so ridiculous.
So yeah, the one reason why they couldn't sue them is because they couldn't know which ones were from like people and which ones were from Viacom. That's how obscure it was.
That's amazing.
Yeah, like their own stupidity destroyed them. They could have won if they didn't.
Oh my god! That reminds me of something similar that I saw on a tweet like a while ago. Someone did like an art project for school,
Yeah.
and the art that they made for the school project they also put on their own website, for commission examples and stuff. And then the school found their commission site, didn't realize it was the same person, then gave them let them fail because they found it online, so it was copyright infringement from themselves.
Oh my god!
Yeah, they eventually sorted it out with because they realized it was the same person, but that's damn.
Wow. Like, well, it's online, so I guess they took it.
Yeah, it's impossible that they uploaded themselves. Let's not even check that.
I think they should just at least preface it with that, like, don't upload until we give you the grade.
Yeah, that too. My God,
At least be smart about that.
but they aren't.
Uh,
Ah.
And I never found out, in the end, whether that channel kept their access to Content ID or not, because yes, companies that abuse it should have it taken away from them. But of course, if YouTube does that, then they fall back to the legal default position. DMCA takedowns or lawsuits, either against the creators or against YouTube itself. There are absolutely flaws in Content ID. I am not saying it's perfect. There are hundreds of cases that we could talk about where the system didn't work, and thousands more that never got enough publicity for the world to actually notice them. There are so many edge cases, like the people who got copyright claims on white noise, just on the sound of static, because the system wasn't originally built to deal with white noise. Or the people who do in-depth music theory analysis of songs, very likely fair use, but still getting manual Content ID claims.
yeah. Because that's what he says. Like, it's not perfect, but it protects your ass from
Yeah.
even worse things.
But the other option is you get fucking sued. So
Yes.
there's one lesser evil here.
Fortunately, it has to be a lesser evil. That's just a good thing.
Yeah, but that's not how the world works.
Okay.
But I don't think Content ID is broken. It's a reasonable stopgap. It works almost all the time. That video of a couple's first dance at a wedding, uploaded by the father of the bride. No, copyright law doesn't allow him to upload that to YouTube, not unless he's got a synchronization license. But Content ID just deals with it, and the video stays up. That excited fan video from the kid in the front row at a concert. No, not permitted. Under copyright law, Content ID deals with it. The teenager making a video, compiling all the romantic subtext between their two favorite characters in a show. No, not allowed. It's not criticism or review, but Content ID deals with it and the video stays up. Without Content ID, those videos would be taken down by DMCA copyright strikes. And if someone protested, the next step is a lawsuit. Maybe for the uploader, but more likely the same would happen as all those years ago. The big media companies would go to YouTube and say, "You're allowing this to happen. You're making money off this. We're going to sue you out of existence." Sadly, it's not about what's fair or what's just. It's about the arrangement that YouTube and the big media companies have come to. It's not ideal, but under copyright law, current copyright law at least, I don't think there's a better option.
Yeah, that's the thing about copyright law, and what I come to terms with is just that it fails at what it's trying to do, which is like allow for more originality and stuff like that. But it's just a way for people to make money off of work now.
Yeah, it's all very sad.
Yeah.
But at the same time, again, how should it be instead?
A lot of people are in the idea that copyright shouldn't exist to begin with.
That's also kind of ridiculous, don't you think?
Yeah, they're like extremists, they're radicals. But I don't know. I don't really know the answer.
Yeah, I assume it's not that easy.
Yeah. I mean, I would probably think that going back to the way copyright was originally founded up as would be an improvement. Because I think, like I said, big corporations like hijack copyright into making sure that they always make money and no one else does.
Yeah, let's not go back to that.
I mean, let's not go back to that. What do you mean?
Don't you just say that?
I think that's what they do nowadays. I'm saying if you go back to before they did that, that's what I mean.
Yeah, but what is before that?
Like stuff in the books where it's. I'm trying to think of like laws that, because it used to be like how long copyright lasts and stuff like that. That's like a thing that I want to revert back to what it originally is, because it wasn't that long.
That's what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it still wouldn't solve the issue though. It would just make it less prevalent.
I said it's just an improvement. Like I said, it would be an improvement. So. that to happen.
Yeah, it does stay active for a pretty long amount of time. You're right. That's kind of too much.
I don't want to sound like the grumpy old man complaining about the kids these days, but yes, when I started on YouTube, 2006, there was no monetization option. Creators could not earn money on platform at all. And that was fine because it was a miracle that someone was offering to do the incredibly expensive and difficult job of hosting video for free. One of the reasons.
Yeah, remember Google Video and how that failed?
I didn't know that was a thing until recently.
Yeah, a lot of people tried to do like the video things, and it did not work out at all because videos take up a lot of bandwidth. Some companies aren't even willing to host that much bandwidth.
Yeah. And I also remember when I made Let's Play videos, like recorded ones many years ago. I still remember that we weren't allowed to use, wasn't allowed to use thumbnails because it was for partners only.
Wow.
And I also remember that there was a way to get around that. So using thumbnails without actually using thumbnails, it was at the end of the video you put like a third of the video's length. You only put your thumbnail as a still image, choose that from the pre-selected thumbnails, and then delete that part of the video, and it will stay the thumbnail.
Nice.
It worked sometimes.
I can't believe that works.
It worked a bit. It didn't work all the time. Sometimes it just went backwards. Sometimes it worked. It was very strange. And then sometime in the middle of when I did my videos, the thumbnails came to everyone, and not just partners.
Yeah, that's just weird. Can't choose what you want your video to look like because you are not paying YouTube. Like,
My partners don't pay YouTube. The partners were the ones who make you.
I mean, it will make me YouTube money. That's what I mean.
Yeah. No, but back in the day, the average person didn't have thumbnails. It was just random default, the default pics you see.
But yeah, when it comes to like YouTube, like is like large amount of bandwidth and like how much of a arduous task it is to host all this stuff. This is why YouTube loses a lot of money.
Oh yeah, I heard of that too.
Yeah, it's a really money sink for Google, but it's Google, so they can afford to host a website.
They can afford it, and a lot of people really like it.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Twitch and Amazon. Like, theoretically, it would be impossible for like any company to hold up this sort of website, but like they have the money, they have all the money in the world.
This is also why there's not a big alternative to YouTube in the
Exactly.
video upload market, because, well, it's kind of a lot of work and it takes a lot of money.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Like all your complaints about YouTube, just appreciate the fact that it exists.
Yeah. A lot of people just take it for granted. So
yeah. Something that I wish people always just kind of like sit back and like take a perspective on the reality check.
Yeah, but people don't do that.
Unfortunate.
It is. But yeah.
There aren't any serious competitors to YouTube, is that it is ruinously expensive to run a video hosting site. You either have to be a subscription service or one of the world's largest advertising firms. A lot of folks.
See, if I say that I don't know anything that Tom Scott's going to say in this video, and then I say it before he says it, is that fair use?
I didn't know he said that either anymore. I don't remember this part anymore.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. It's just like, what if I don't watch the video and then I say what he's going to say in the video, and then I watch the video and then I say, oh, yeah, he said that, and is that fair use?
Yeah, I mean, it makes you feel good because you feel validated, right?
Yeah, well, I'm saying I get sued because I knew what he's going to say, but.
Oh yeah, you definitely saw this video 3 times before and learned it by heart.
Yeah, it was just.
I don't think it's a big deal. Just move on.
Particularly younger people who have only joined YouTube in the last couple of years have a different baseline for this. They think that they have the right to upload long compilations of their favorite videos with maybe a few words spoken between each clip and make loads of money from it. That is something that they are entitled to do, and that any.
I like how he says it's kids. it kind of gives the impression that just a bunch of
Well,
like teenagers saying like, "Oh, I can make videos too." I don't. But at the
in,
same time, there's like a lot of like old people that, well, older people,
well,
because
but
they
the
don't
older
know how
people are
copyright
not,
system works.
yeah, but the older people are less likely to be like, oh, I can make money off this. I can do this as a job.
So I said, yeah,
That's the
yeah,
young
more of a
people.
hobby.
Yeah.
But like I said, child, like when they see stuff, they take that and probably do it themselves. And they'll say, "Oh, you can make money off YouTube too." Well, I guess I'll try to make money.
Theoretically, you can.
Yeah,
Not
doesn't
that
get
easy,
kicked in the
though.
face.
It's not that easy, though.
Copyright owners who complain are censoring them and putting in false claims. Yeah. Okay, yes, I am the grumpy old man complaining about the kids. But under the current copyright system, those kids are legally in the wrong. Maybe not morally, that's a different question, but legally, they are in the wrong. There is an enormous distance between what the law says and what the world's actually doing. And that
Yeah, that's what we get into, like, because when you mentioned it's not morally wrong, at least that's when we get to the stuff like, well, I mean, we shouldn't even do this stuff anyway because it's like morally unjust to sue people for. Well, it depends on what they do. It's like they're actually making their own work and actually putting in the effort to do like, and it's just using someone else's content to do that. Then I don't think you should sue them to the ground.
Yeah, probably not. That seems a little excessive, but at the same time, law allows them to do that, so.
Yeah, but I guess that's what you mean with by This is where that comes from, where the double standard comes from, and where you say that companies won't do it because they'll get backlash for it. I think it's just because of morality.
Yeah, exactly. They are big guys. They have all the money in the world. Why would they do that? They don't deserve this right, blah
Yes.
blah, I think. And I kinda get that too, I
Yeah.
feel like big companies shouldn't be, they have the money and the resources to do things better, and when they don't, you can complain about it. Um, but still, it's a little weird.
Yeah.
is where most of this tension comes from. So, how do we fix it?
Fact, opinion. Oh no. Where do we go from here?
We need three things. We need to update copyright law. We need a good small claims court for copyright, and we need to shorten how long copyright lasts. So, first,
Yeah, definitely. On copyright Alaska's.
Okay, it is now 2 days shorter.
Fuck you.
You didn't specify more. Your fault.
Well, Tom Scott's gonna do it. He's my lawyer.
Oh, he said at the very start that he's not a lawyer.
Shit. I forgot. I'm bad.
Yeah. Have fun in court without representation. Okay.
Well, the court would just give me a lawyer.
Yeah, but a bad one.
Court gives me, Nicholas Wright.
They give you Phoenix Fight.
Yes. As long as he uses his real name, so it actually doesn't sound obvious.
Oh, okay.
updating
You have Ryonosuke Naohodo.
Huh?
Ryonosuke Naohodo, that's your lawyer.
I'm sorry?
He's the guy from Asatonic Chronicles.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
Ryonosuke Naohodo.
Wow, that's a weird name.
Well, they translated Phoenix Wright to be different in the English version, but they didn't translate that guy, so it's weird to us.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, yeah.
the law. This is a big goal, but the entirety of international copyright law needs to be rewritten to reflect what's fair in today's world. Everyone will have a different opinion of what that is. I'm actually fairly conservative on it. I'm not convinced that we should massively widen the definition of fair use, because every bit of freedom you give to individual creators also makes it easier for big companies to rip them off. But I'm not going to say where the line should be drawn. It is a job for consultation and conversation where everyone is at the table, not just the big publishers. And if completely rewriting international law seems unlikely, then it's still possible to push for changes. In 1990, one article by one judge swayed opinion among the US legal community and helped change the most important factor of fair use from whether it was commercial to whether it was transformative. It is entirely possible that new publications like that could help improve things. The judge's conclusion in that article also makes an excellent point. There should not be a clear and unambiguous definition of fair use, what he calls a bright line standard, unless we have a good standard. And we don't have one. The border of fair use has to be messy, because people and creativity are messy. So
Yeah, I think yeah, it's like unless we have like something that's like everyone's like in agreement morally on how fair use should be, then you shouldn't have
that's
a
never
line.
gonna happen.
Yeah,
That's
it's never going to happen, but it's like then there shouldn't be a line for it, because at that point, then people are just going to skirt the line.
People always try to go the absolute as far as they can, but technically staying legal. And people having the urge to do that is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah, I think also covering the video that's actually titled "Why We Can't Have Nice Things."
Yeah,
as you showed me earlier.
yeah, I showed that to you. Anyone interested? It's about how companies make or used to or still make things that break earlier just to drive up sales because you need a replacement sooner. That was the point. Because that's the real thing that happened. It still kind of happens, but not as bad anymore, I guess.
I guess so.
So it's kind of crazy. They made like light bulbs cut in half how long they last just to drive up sales.
That's
it is insane, but
the Phoebus cartel they call themselves.
It's a cartel, and it's totally just a standardization. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That bill is by Veritasium, Kirza, who made it.
Oh yeah, I could never pronounce that guy's channel name. Okay.
Me neither, but I was trying.
I just remember it started with a V.
Yeah.
So
VE because it's like a periodic table.
Anyway, yeah, go watch that. One person who will watch this on YouTube in a month. Okay, let's go.
If it's going to be messy, and if it will inevitably lead to conflict, let's make resolving that conflict quick, fair, and accessible. This is already starting to happen in the United States, but badly. The UK has one of the world's friendliest copyright regimes for individual creators. We have the Intellectual Property Enterprise Court, which is mainly based here at the Royal Courts of Justice in London, and it's a specific court to deal with cases about copyrights and patents and trademarks. And that court has a small claims track. If you're an individual photographer or video maker, you can do the research, file the right forms, follow the right procedures, and issue a claim as a litigant in person, which is the fancy British term for without a lawyer. I've done it because a major company ripped off one of my videos. This court is designed to be more friendly for individuals. The procedures are more relaxed. It's almost like mediation rather than a court, except that if all negotiations fail, then there is a judge issuing a legal order at the end of it. It is stressful. It is hard work. You need to get all the details right. You should probably get a lawyer if you're going to do it. But if your job is basically reading hundreds of pages of nerdy detail and summarizing it into something the world can understand, then yeah, it can be done. It is...
Okay. So, I guess got someone look at it like, okay, so have all the proof for that, all the things that need to happen afterwards.
Yeah. So while it's apparently probably way better than normal court stuff, it's still pain in the butt.
Yes.
Really nerve-wracking. Like most of the people who walk into the admin building of one of the biggest courts in the country without a lawyer to try and file a claim, they don't have the best grip on reality, but all of them think they do. And there I was, walking in, no lawyer, thinking I had a case, thinking I had a grip on reality. Statistically, the odds weren't in my favor, but...
Wow. Yeah, I think that goes back to the kids thing. Just like, what they really think that they have an understanding of how this works when they don't.
People thinking they know things when they don't is the biggest problem on the internet.
God damn, Dunning-Kruger, why you point this out? No, this is a human thing, but you pointing out means that you're the bad guys.
I think that's I didn't need Dunning-Kruger to point this out. I felt like this for a long time.
Oh, now it's scientific now.
Well, fine. fine, I guess. But people are just very, very, very sure about things they have no clue about. It's crazy.
Yay.
I filed successfully, and the company settled with me. They paid me to drop the claim because they were in the wrong, and they knew they were in the wrong, and they knew I could actually get it to a judge in exchange for a bit of work and a court fee of just over £100.
Wow, it's like buckle down like that.
Yeah, because he could actually afford it because it was only £100, which is not that much.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's just like, well, the bad thing. Just like, okay, now we're just gonna get away from it. I guess that makes sense. It's weird
I mean,
that I did
that's
the
how
bad thing in the first place. That's the weird
I
thing.
mean, that's how it should work, right?
That's how it should work, but just like how this is all weird.
I'm surprised this has worked out. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
There is a plan to do something like that in the United States. At the time of recording, the Copyright Alternative in Small Claims Enforcement Act, the CASE Act, is passing through government. Unfortunately, it has massive flaws. Using the new small claims track is voluntary for both parties, which means that if you want to sue a big company, that company can just choose to opt out and require you to take the expensive path. And to quote an explainer, if the losing party does not comply with the judgment, the prevailing party can bring an action in federal court to enforce it. So if you actually want the judgment to be effective, you may have to take the expensive path anyway. In short, all the power is still with the people who have money. Oh, and it means that...
I mean, that's the most American thing ever, so makes sense.
God. I don't know. I guess they made it to shut people up. That's what they making.
Yeah, exactly. They have no interest in actually making it better. They just want people to shut up.
Yeah.
Same thing with the plastic thing you showed me.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that plastic waste getting recycled still doesn't even happen that much, even though they say it does? Yeah.
Oh, it does. Yeah. I showed you a video.
Yeah, and the point was that that stuff doesn't get recycled as much as you would want, right?
Yes, because people put in the wrong plastics in the wrong bins.
Well, and they kind of lied with the numbers on it, and that a lot of plastic can't even be recycled.
Yes, it also did lie about that.
Yeah, that was my major point there.
Okay.
That. Okay. Anyway, just saying, big corporations like to lie and act like they care, but don't care.
Yeah, they don't. They just want things to stay the way they are if they're making bank off of it.
Yeah. Yeah, then the planet dies. Wonderful. Okay.
Well, yeah.
It's now much, much cheaper for big companies to try and enforce unfair claims against large numbers of individuals. It's a so-called default judgment mill. The CASE Act is not a fix. It's a step sort of in the right direction, but it's not great, and it may well lead to more problems. There's also a wider problem dealing with this across international borders, but that's a separate issue. Having a working small claims process in the United States would help address the massive imbalance between the rights of individuals and the rights of huge corporations, at least on this platform, on YouTube. And even if that's just in the US, from there, the world will follow. So then finally, we shorten how long copyright lasts. Under current US law, if a modern work has an individual author, then its copyright generally lasts until death plus 70 years. For works
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That's kind of long.
Yeah, it's like it could be like
more than a decade.
Yeah, well, more than a decade.
More than
century.
100 century.
100
years.
It could be more than a century. It could be a little bit less.
Likely, at least.
Yeah, it's likely. Yeah, but it's just ridiculous on how long that is. It's just like, well, I want to. Well, what happens to the Creative Commons then? What happens to public domain? It's just like, well, it gets fucked basically. Nothing gets. Not even happy birthday until recently.
Happy birthday and suit.
Happy birthday to you. Fucking soon.
Go to jail, you asshole. Happy birthday.
That would be so terrible. That was his birthday.
Oh, that's not good.
by a corporation, it's 95 years from publication. There are a huge number of complicated factors for older works because of the many, many changes to the law over the decades, but that's a decent
Yeah,
rule.
they changed it so that it's impossible for the public domain to actually change. Great.
Good. Yeah.
Rule of thumb. And that's too long. Singer-songwriter turned politician Sonny Bono, the person who the Copyright Term Extension Act of 1998 was named after. He believed that copyright should be forever, that the great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren of Shakespeare should still be able to charge licensing fees for adapting Shakespeare's work, or more likely, those rights would have been sold to a corporation at some point, and Shakespeare Intellectual Property Limited would now be able to collect license fees into eternity.
Yeah, that's stupid. Like,
But I'm glad those are the kinds of people who are in charge.
yeah, but I'm just thinking like, well, if you say like the family gets the money for his work, then yeah, it doesn't sound too bad. But it sounds bad when you actually realize that it's just people buying up the rights to it and then just owning it forever.
I mean, that's why I wanted it, probably.
Ah, fortunate.
It is.
I think that opinion is so ridiculous as to be indefensible. If copyright lasted forever, if nothing ever entered the public domain, then yeah, someone would still have the final say on how Shakespeare could be adapted or performed. Perhaps you could perform it however you wanted, but only by paying an enormous license fee. Little community theatres like this, priced out. Or perhaps someone would want to defend the Shakespeare brand guidelines and insist that all adaptations be entirely faithful to the original text. So no Baz Luhrmann Romeo and Juliet without permission. No 10 Things I Hate About You without permission. The Lion King, it's very close to Hamlet. That you want to avoid that lawsuit. Making a reference to how all the world's a stage. Pay up, needs a license. And if you think that's ridiculous, find any book that quotes one copyrighted song lyric, maybe to introduce a chapter. There will be an acknowledgement somewhere that they've got permission from the copyright holder. The point of copyright is to allow people to profit from their creative work. I'm not against copyright. I rely on copyright to earn a living. But the works that fall into the public domain are vital for creativity. And patents only last 20 years. 20 years before your patent expires and anyone can take your actual, physical, real-world invention and just churn out cheap copies for everyone. If you invent something that literally changes the world, great. You get 20 years to make all the money you can, and after that, you will be outcompeted by other people who can do it better and cheaper. But
yeah, but you don't want people to do things better than you because you can't make money anymore.
Yeah, but isn't 20 years like a long time?
No, it's not long enough.
You know, I wouldn't even be against... Huh?
Being sarcastic, by the way.
Yeah, I can tell. Fine. But what I would at least say, maybe you could argue that it should stay until death. You know? Maybe.
I don't necessarily agree with that. I think something like along the lines of like 20 years is...
Yeah, it's probably good enough, but what we have with copyright, you know, not patents, but copyright. I would be okay if it was until death, but until death plus 70?
Yeah, it's like, why? We're 70... What's like the 74? Just so that some asshole who owns it now can profit off of it? And then the next asshole can do it as well?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
The assholes need all the money.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's how the world works.
I was gonna think of something, but I forgot.
Oh, too bad.
Yeah, too.
Let's keep going.
Write a song. You get until you're dead, plus your descendants get another 70 years. That is ridiculous. And meanwhile, all the orphaned works, the obscure things where no one can track down the copyright holder anymore to ask for a license, well, they can't be archived, they can't be copied, they often can't be preserved at all, just because no one knows who to ask for permission. The longer copyright...
Do it legally then. Website technology.
Papers. Yeah, you're right. This is...
Too familiar with that because of video game preservation. It's like, well, this random company that I guess their name is on it, but we can't find the copyright or who even owns it. I guess we'll just preserve it, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Is, the worse that problem gets. And I know a 20-year copyright term that matches patents would never get through modern politics. When you have enormous corporations that earn billions from their copyrighted back catalogue, it is trivial for them to...
I just remember what I was going to say. Just like,
What?
yeah, this basically kind of explains why a lot of people are getting angry at a lot of these companies are reusing the same properties over and over again. People are getting sick of it now because they're ruining them now.
Mario. Yeah.
Well, I guess Mario, but I think the more egregious examples are like Disney's like live action remakes.
Yeah, I was not entirely serious with Mario.
Yeah,
Yeah, but the live action remakes sometimes are like, why?
yeah, it's just like this is you made it worse, and you want to make money off it now just because it's the thing that you own now. Okay,
Yeah.
you
No,
own it for so long that you just do that now.
It's the thing you lost forever ago. Pay again, Beach.
Yeah,
Also,
Peach.
also Beach. Also, it's gonna go in the vault again soon. So,
Yeah.
Wonderful.
spend a fraction of that on lobbying to make sure copyright doesn't get reduced. I would like it to be 20 years. I would campaign for 20 years, but I also know that it's not going to happen. And to be fair, it does feel like the people who made the songs of the 80s and 90s, the songs that are still being listened to in this current nostalgia cycle, they should probably be able to make some money from that. So I would suggest 50 years. It's an easy number. It allows a couple of nostalgia cycles to happen. And it would mean that right now, the 60s would be public domain and the 70s would be on their way. The decades that are no longer pop culture nostalgia, but history. Pachelbel, Chopin, Beethoven, they should already be joined in the public domain by Dylan and Mitchell and Hendrix and Klein, Shakespeare and Shelley, either Shelley. They should be joined by Lee and Heller and Orwell and countless others, including the works that no one can trace the owner of, because after 50 years, you shouldn't need to trace the owner of a work. You should just be able to use it.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like when does it become history at this point?
Decades later.
Yeah.
A century. Why do I keep thinking decade is 100? It's not. Yeah, I know. It's a century later. Yeah, then it's history.
Well, I was thinking like well who's like this is like the 1920 song very popular now.
No.
So why
I
can't
mean,
we
it
use
might
it?
be. I don't know. I'm like the worst person to ask that.
No, probably not. They just like the song from 1920 is that popular with everyone now? It's in the public eye. It's like no, it's just like then why can't I use it?
Money.
Because you need money for no one that's listening to it right now.
Yes. Yeah, but you want to use it, so money. You mean?
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
I know, right?
Anyone should be able to make a James Bond movie by now, because they'd probably do a better job. Yes,
right.
The people who have already...
Correct.
I mean, I haven't watched the James Bond movie, but that's a sick burn, and I appreciate it anyway.
They just like after Skyfall, I think Skyfall was like the last good one. And all the rest of them kind of crap.
Okay. Have you actually watched them?
I've watched the one before Skyfall.
But how do you know everything after Skyfall is bad if you have not watched none of them?
Because people hate them.
So majority opinion is the only correct one?
Oh, they explain why it's bad.
Okay.
But also it's seen Casino Royale too.
Also what?
Casino Royale.
Okay, that's not the Bond movie.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know the names of these.
Okay. But it was just like the same thing. What I mean was just like why you have these like properties forever when you're not even using them correctly. Like at least give them to people who want to use them so they can make more money.
How to make movies.
Yes. I'm just like, oh, why can't they just do it Why can't they just do it and then you have like with fan stuff. Like we talk about little fan games. They just get taken down with this. Like, why can't you just make money off of it?
Because property protection.
Yeah, that's true too. I think that's more of a Japan thing than the U.S. thing. They just feel like that
Yeah.
if they don't
But
take
then
it
on the
down, that
other
they'll
hand,
lose it.
on the other hand, they made games like Metroid Other M, so they really shouldn't be worried about their games being bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ludicrous amounts of money would not be able to make as much anymore. Sure, but the artist's work, the thing they're supposed to actually care about, could be enjoyed and built on by everyone. And the few artists from back then who are still popular will be absolutely fine, continuing to make money from their world tours and merchandise and public appearances and newer albums. And an entire new generation would get exposed to music and writing and art that might otherwise be forgotten about. A shorter copyright term would badly affect perhaps a few hundred people in the world, the folks who created one hit song or one incredible book that is still bringing them money decades later, and who are now relying on that money as their only source of income. It's not many people, but yes, the very, very, very few who fit into that category, it'll suck for them. If royalties were their pension scheme, I mean, that's bad financial
That sucks for you, man.
planning, but if they were thinking the one song
How
they
about
made
make
at
actual
64 will get
money?
them through their retirement.
No. You made one hit song. That's definitely enough work for one lifetime.
Ah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's going to be a shock. I do not believe that that's a strong enough argument to justify locking up all that creativity, all that potential for the entire world for that long. No one's going to stop creating because they only get 50 years or 20 years copyright. Songwriters and authors and filmmakers and choreographers and YouTube creators, we make things because we can, because we have ideas and we want to show them to the world, not because we're thinking that our grandchildren might one day have a chance of getting a trickle of money from some future copyright license.
Yeah, I think the like how YouTube has grown and like all the content like kind of related to it, it's kind of proven that we don't need this long copyright cycle anymore.
No, you're right.
And we kind of just ignore the law anyway because it's absurd.
Yeah, kind of.
So why not just have it in the books? Point.
Because then you would take the option away for the companies, and they don't like that.
Oh, okay, I see.
When I say that YouTube's copyright system isn't broken, I mean it. It's a reasonable...
I got music, am I gonna get copyright strike for it?
It's in public domain, it's fine.
I don't know.
I have no idea what the song is, so it's whatever.
Patch, a bit of duct tape, holding together a system that's somehow still just about working despite being completely unsuited for the modern world. Yes, occasionally it goes wrong. When that happens, it should be fixed quickly and transparently. But the long-term solution is not to apply another patch on another patch on another patch on another patch. The solution is to fix the system that it's trying to work around, because that's the problem. YouTube's copyright system isn't broken. The world's is.
All right, that's it. Remember to like, comment. Oh, come on.
Over on Nebula, I've got a new series. Here's the trailer.
It's like how the reactors is like, why are you playing this ad for me?
Yeah, for real.
Literally in front of him.
The moment the video's over, okay, that's like, comment, subscribe, bye.
Yeah.
It's
not even over yet. You still gotta watch this.
No, but that's the moment where you should have just cut the stream just now for comedic effect.
I can't do that.
But yeah, I'm not sure. Oops, we kept going. No, this is just an ad now. Are we really gonna watch the ad?
I want to know what this is. What is it?
It's original he made for the sponsored thing.
Yeah, what is it?
Okay, fine. I didn't watch that.
I invited 5 people to play some games.
I trust no one. None of us are trustworthy.
In an environment designed to slowly break their team apart.
This is real money.
But all they knew is they'd be sat round a table trying to win real cash, $10,000.
The vibes changed after that theft.
This is a show about trust, about loyalty, and about money.
Tom wants the chaos.
It's just
Yeah, it's like Monopoly, but without the board and with real money.
Monopoly without the board. I was thinking more something among like the resistance. Of who do you trust and who you don't.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Among Us after you said Among.
Oh. Well, I guess Among Us is kind of like the resistance too. But I was thinking of board games.
It's Werewolf. Okay, it's fine.
Yeah.
Nebula is a home for new, in-depth and experimental content and collaborations from some education video creators that you may well have heard
Okay,
of.
now it's
And
just
you can get it
that.
for free when you join Curiosity Stream, a subscription streaming service with thousands of big-budget professional documentaries and non-fiction titles. Curiosity
Yeah,
Stream is
speed on it.
$2.99 a month or $19.99 a year.
You wanna watch the
access to
bloopers?
Nebula, including my new series, and you
course.
get a 30-day free trial
This
by
is
going to
bloopers at the top.
curiositystream.com/TomScott.
Okay.
Oh wait, is it in this video? If it's
Is
not
it
in this
even
video, then
allowed
no.
to mix advertising and content like
It's
that?
in this video.
That
Okay.
is a whole other video.
Oh, what did he say just though? He talked over it.
You can get a 30-day free
I
trial
got-
by going to curiositystream.com/TomScott.
Is it even allowed to mix advertising and content like that?
That is a whole other video.
Yeah,
It's a whole other video.
it definitely
that
is
he
a
made.
lot of it. Okay.
He made that video. It's called "Why Does YouTubers Have to Mark Their Have to
Market as
have mark,
pay promotion.
mark no not market mark their sponsors or put at say when the sponsored content begins. Why does nobody else? Like, why is it not a thing on TV and stuff?
Oh, I see.
That's the whole video, and it's also another like 50 minute one.
Guess we could watch that. So.
Maybe. Oh,
They're the people that made this. They're trying to sue me.
Fair use is going to be messy, and if some of it will inevitably lead to disputes, let's make that process quick. I said disputes. I didn't say disputes. I said disputes. I said the verb, not the noun.
Oh, okay.
It's an important distinction. It is. Can we try that again? Will inevitably lead to disputes. Let's make that process quick, fair, and accessible. I still said disputes. Inevitably
Oh,
leads to
maybe it'll be easier. I'm walking on.
no, he needs to walk because it looks cool. It's important for his videos.
Oh, okay. Now I gotta walk all the way back just to do it again.
disputes. Inevitably lead to disputes. Inevitably lead to disputes. Let's make that disputes. So if fair use is going to be messy, and if it will inevitably lead to conflict,
He changed disputes to conflict.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna say this word anymore. I'm changing it. I do that all the time.
Well, the more
Maroon 5's Memories is an infuriating composition that uses the start of the melody of canon in D but never resolves it, which means it has the same study head effects the children will smile. Worth a try. Let's go back.
Nice.
oh no.
No.
What?
No.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
Yeah, I've got that on camera. That's good. Good.
Why you got on camera?
Yeah, that's
Hey, all these people.
Every week there seems to be a new headline about
We bought that license in good faith from a... What did I say? Oh, I'm sorry, we had no idea. Let's try it again. Take 8, or is that 7 now?
Very professional. There's bloopers of the screaming guy. Let's get that right, you know.
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, man, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Mainly based here in the Royal Courts of Justice. No, I saw you walking that.
Just I just want to imagine him having a blooper in front of a fucking car. He's just like, what are you doing?
It's like dirt. Idiot, don't run in the car. Don't run in the car.
In the
Don't run
road.
on the street. Don't run on the road for a stupid video. How about you just sit down like a normal person? Ah,
It's fine.
that's my criticizing of him, saying he's not a normal person.
Yes.
Ah, okay, the edit.
Alright, so that was
That
like
was, that
about
was
an hour
fun.
and a half.
I mean, a little. It's more 2 hours, is it? Isn't it?
I think so. 2 hours and a half.
No, 2 hours and a half is when we were supposed to start, but then you were 15 minutes late, and then we argued for like 10 minutes about why you didn't tell me when you started. So in total, it was
In total, it was
about 2 hours.
okay. But I think that's enough for stream. I think that's a good stream time, don't you think?
Yeah.
Well,
Do you expect me to say more after the yes?
yes.
Okay. Yeah, but that's what am I supposed to say? I think it's long enough.
Say goodbye to the lovely people that you watch. Not.
All. Well, right now there are 2 people on the stream. I think that's us.
Yes.
Yeah, no, shouldn't we just say like a closing word about what we thought about the video?
What do you mean? We already said we talked about the video. When
Okay,
watched
the video was good. The video was good. Okay, goodbye.
But
No.
I try not to do
Yeah.
this because I feel like I'm just coming up with stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. It was interesting though. I can say that without pulling shit out of my ass.
I'll say this though, I am fully committed to breaking copyright law as much as possible now. That's all what I do now.
Yeah, I do it more than you. I can tell you that much.
So if any lawyer wants to sue me, then go right ahead.
Yeah, but don't sue me. I'm not okay with that.
Oh, okay. I am okay with it.
Oh, okay. I'll hear you from my door soon.
Alright, that's going to be it for the stream, so
Okay,
I plan to do more of these in the future.
maybe, probably.
Yeah, but for now,
Yeah.
sign up, eat something.
Yeah.
Right, the rest.
Okay. Then I'm still gonna say, bon appetit, viewers.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.